Good evening. This is Matthew Wright in Ormskirk, and we're Friday night, and we're in the boiler room. And I'm here with David Much and the Ormskirk Street Pastor team. David, good evening.
Good evening.
Would you mind telling everyone what street pastors are? What's it all about? Why would you spend a Friday night in the cold out with people getting drunk?
Well, street pastors has been going since about 2003. Started in London, has now spread out across the whole country and in other parts of the world actually. So there's something like 10,000 street pastors out on the streets of the UK, out there to help people and serve people. Okay. And in Ormskirk we sort of started last January, so we've done a year and this will be our second week of the second year. And we're just a group of people who just want to do good to people on the streets of Ormskirk.
Pastor's not a word people come across often. What is a pastor?
Pastor, as far as street pastors goes, is
pastor first, then a street pastor. First of all, what would you call
a pastor in a church sense? Is someone who has oversight of the flock, someone who cares for his people.
A shepherd.
Yeah, a shepherd. Someone who would look after the sheep, make sure they were being cared for in whatever aspect of life they needed help, and he has the oversight of them. In a street pastor context, we're there to do what a pastor would do. That would be to listen to people, to care for people and to help people, but obviously the people we probably never ever met before, or we might have only met them on one or two occasions.
And you don't necessarily meet them at their best?
No, some we do, so obviously some we don't. Okay. And then some we meet again and they apologise for the way we first met them, but they're very thankful for the things we've done for them.
Okay, what I mean, have a quick look around the room, perhaps everyone can introduce themselves, and I'll go around maybe move to the right here, and who do we have here?
Hi, my name's Mike Mitchell, and I go to one of the local churches.
Which church do you go to?
Ormskirk Christian Fellowship.
Okay, is this based?
It's based up at Edge Hill University.
Okay, what's a Christian fellowship? Is it?
Well, we're part of the Elim Pentecostal denomination.
Okay.
And we've been in Ormskirk for over 30 years now. And we just decided we want to get involved with street pastors because it was a joint church venture, so it was doing something.
Was it like a churches together?
It is the churches coming together.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it is the churches coming together and really showing the love of God to people in Ormskirk, and it's getting outside of the church and going into Ormskirk and caring for people and looking after people. I'm also a teacher in a local primary school.
Okay, which school do you teach there?
At Moorside Primary School.
Okay.
In Skelmersdale.
So you can say hello to Moorside.
Yeah, and I bumped into a few people I taught when I was at Crow Orchard Primary School, and now they're in their 20s, and I've handed the flip-flops out to them as well. So it's really good to meet those people, and we have lots of really good conversations. It's fantastic.
There's a real patchwork quilt of Christian belief in a town like Ormskirk. Yes. This week I've spoken to Father Boniface at the Catholic Church, the team, the Soupstock team at the Anglican Church. You've just mentioned a term that maybe not a lot of people know about, Pentecostal. What's the Pentecostal church? How would that be different than something that people might typically have come across?
The Pentecostal movement is all about the Holy Spirit, and which other churches believe in as well, but we talk about the gifts of the Holy Spirit, and that's a way really I think of God moving in our lives, and that's a particular way that we believe God moves.
So you don't do good things necessarily by yourself?
No, absolutely, yeah. It's very much in the power of God through the power of the Holy Spirit. And it's another denomination, but it is part of the Christian church.
Okay.
And we would share similar beliefs to all the other Christians as well.
Okay.
In the community. Yeah.
Thank you for explaining. I think we've got people around the room here. Hello.
Hello.
Who are you?
I'm Nikki, and I'm new to Street Pastors.
You're new to Street Pastors, yes. And you come out new, and there's a camera here. Yeah. Well, Nikki, why are you here? It's a Friday night. There's freezing cold outside. Wouldn't you rather be at home in front of the TV with a packet of biscuits?
No.
Why are you here?
I think mainly just what Mike and Dave have said, really. It's just primarily to help people on the streets of Ormskirk, a place where I grew up, so I know it quite well.
Okay.
I actually live in Parbuild and go to the Village Family Church up near Holland, so
okay.
I know quite a lot of people here from when I grew up, and it's really just about helping people and caring for people, and if there's any practical help we can give to them, then that's all about that primarily. But
what sort of practical help? When we talk about practical help, it will be about 10 o'clock, 10:30 when you go out on a Friday night, typically the people who are out are having a good drink. What sort of practical help are we talking about here?
People falling over.
People falling over?
Yeah. Just making sure that they're safe.
Okay.
Making sure that if people have lost their way, there's a lot of students around because of Edge Hill, obviously, who might be new to...
And vulnerable.
Yeah, might be away from home for the first time, so it's about making sure that they're safe if they can't find the way, direct them to a taxi or direction, that they've lost their friends, that kind of thing.
Are you there to maybe occasionally remind them that there's a way to go home and there's a way to get in trouble? Do you often have to...
There's a difficult situation, we'll try and calm the situation down. We don't get involved with fights, but what we do is we're there to pick up the pieces afterwards or talk to people who are a little bit worried, and if we do need to minister first aid, then we can do that as well.
You're not seen as authority, are you?
No, we're friends. We're friends of people on the streets and people that we listen to the people out there, and where we can help to calm a situation, we'll do that. We work alongside the police as well, and the police will be involved with any criminal activity, but we're just there to give care and aid and help to people.
Okay, and moving round, who do we have here?
My name's Eddie Weston.
Hello, Eddie.
Hello. I'm from St Anne's.
Okay. So we've got a real mix here. We've got Pentecostals, we've got Catholics, but all coming together.
Yeah.
Why?
Because we believe that we can help people.
Can't you just go to church on a Sunday? Is that not enough, or do you have to practice your faith, in a different way? Is practicing faith? Do you practice faith outside the church?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a situation where we may not meet any of the people that we do meet on a Sunday going to church.
Okay.
So what we're doing is we're going out looking for people who we think we can help.
Are you there to preach to people?
No, I don't know how to preach.
So it's by example, isn't it?
I do a bit of listening, but
2 ears, 1 mouth.
Yeah.
All right, I think I might, as an interviewer, I might need to learn that. And who do we have here?
I'm Andrew Lee.
Hello, Andrew.
Hi. Okay.
Well, brilliant for Friday night. Yeah. Where are you from, Andrew?
I go to Christchurch.
That's in Alton?
That's in Alton, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Were you one of the team carol singing at Christmas time?
Well, it was mainly OCF, but yeah, I was one of those as well, yes.
Okay, and how long have you been involved with Street Pastors?
Since the beginning, really.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm on the committee with Dave.
So it's actually, to use a cliche, it's a broad church, isn't it?
Well, it is, yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and we're not identified, by the churches. We haven't got labels on saying we're from this church.
You haven't got your own colours on, have you?
No. We're just street pastors. So when we go out, people say where you're from, and we just say
street
we're
pastors.
from the local churches. There's a verse in the Bible that says that Jesus went about doing good, and we just like to go about doing good. That's what we like to do, really. And if we can help people in our town, make a difference in our town, bring some...
Do you think you do make a difference?
Without a doubt, yes. I mean, the police have said we made a difference, and we know from ourselves what it was like when we first went out on a Friday night.
What sort of response did you have? Was there suspicion from maybe police officers as well as the
suspicion? Yeah, there was a suspicion initially from the local bar owners as well. They thought this won't last. These people won't last on a cold night. But I think now they've seen us consistently out every Friday night in every type of weather, and they've seen, look, these people are for real, and now we're actually getting called to do things, and they're actually asking us to do things now.
What sort of things you've been asked to do?
Just to help. We're linked to the CCTV through radio, so if something's happening in the town, they'll say street pastors, because you go and attend to somebody who's fallen over. There was an accident last week at the clock tower at the parish church. A car ran into the plough, and they just call street pastors because you attend. There's been an accident, so obviously we were there. We're available wherever we are in the town.
And what sort of training do you have? I mean, you've just joined the group. What sort of training have you received?
We have to go through the roles and responsibilities of a street pastor.
Okay.
And then there's issues around safeguarding, CRB check, and just making sure that we are actually responsible for any care practically that we might give.
There's a whole programme of training through the year. Well, there's 4 sessions that a street pastor does.
Okay. So do you do like a basic first aid course and that sort of thing?
First aid is one of the training courses you have to do, yeah. So usually at least one of the teams
Okay.
trained up in first aid.
Right. Do you feel like the sort of people you're talking to on a Friday night, do you think they remember on a Saturday morning that it was a Christian who helped them, or just Dave?
Well, we hope so. They mightn't even know our names, but they know we're street pastors, and we've had people actually come to us weeks later and said, "You helped my friend," or "You gave me a pair of flip-flops."
Do they ask you why you helped?
Some do, yes, they ask us, and then we can share them. We don't go out and preach as already been said, but if someone asks us why we're doing it, we obviously say why we're doing it, and they say, "Are you getting paid for this?" And we say, "No, we're volunteers," and they're quite shocked.
Nonplussed.
Yeah, but they're all very, very supportive, and they're very, very thankful for what we're doing, and they also thank you very much for helping me. And we've had no real instance of we've had a little bit of name calling, but no one's sort of been antagonistic towards us.
Okay. Well, it's really wonderful that you do this, and we wish you all a safe night and a warm night. It's not that warm outside, but thank you very much from everyone. So have a safe night pastoring out in the streets of Ormskirk.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Thank you.